Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I had a subscriber who actually reached out to me, and I had told him just in the midst of the conversation, hey, don't worry about women. He's in the army. We were in the army together. And I said, hey, don't worry about women. They're always going to be there. You're going to be successful. You're going to do better. And they'll always be there to come around. And he was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I spent $10,000 on this girl and we're no longer together. As soon as she drained me for all my funds, she left me. I've never heard someone speak like that before, to be honest with you. But I can understand because we're in a world where people value their own entertainment more than they actually value other people. That is insane. But before we continue, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching this, my guy, please make sure to share this content with those who may need it, because, you know, this is stuff that people can use. If you feel like you're the person out there, guy or girl, who's being drained of their finances, listen to this video because it may help you. I know another person who has not reached out to me for this reason, but she is definitely responsible for taking care of another human being, a full-grown adult. And, you know, she spent a lot of money. She's done things that most people won't do, allowing someone to live off of her, allowing someone to utilize her things. I'm not talking about pots and pans. I'm talking about vehicles. I'm talking about cell phones. I'm talking about everything. This person, you want it, you have it. Straight love, nothing else. But this allows me to understand another side that I've never been accustomed to, because I've always been the hard worker. I've always been the one getting after it. I've always been the one in control. I've always been the one showing what's what, puffing up my chest and being a man's man. So it's hard for me to understand that, you know, women actually go through the same struggles. They go through the same struggles of dealing with people who are simply not productive. And I'm not saying you don't go out there and work. I'm not saying that you're not going out there and killing your food to take home and feed the family. I'm not saying you're not going out there to get that bacon. But you're not getting that bacon. You're not getting that money. And someone else is having to foot that bill. Someone else is having to take care of you as an adult, man or woman. And, you know, some men pride themselves on being able to do that. If you want that, go and find yourself that. And if you're not getting that, and you want that, you may be lacking something. Listen, this is the channel where I'm going to tell you exactly what it is and nothing else. So if you thought I was going to say, no, you got it, you deserve everything, absolutely you don't. You don't have it for a reason. You need to improve. We all need to improve. So, you know, this is where I'm getting at. And it's okay that you need to improve. Life doesn't end because you need to improve. And your life didn't end because you need to improve. Your life didn't end because one relationship failed. And I'm not saying don't give your all. I'm saying be more smart, be more understanding, and find someone who is more understanding of your situation and of what you are and what you do. So again, for me, I understand that I don't invest the way these people invest. When I go out on a date, I look good, get my smile on. I'm like, hey, let's go to X, Y, and Z. If they don't want to do that, that's okay. I got options. That's okay. I got options, right? So I'm not looking at someone to validate my existence. Like, oh, you don't want to go to this African restaurant today? Okay, let's go to Benihana's. No, I'm going there with or without you. And you know what? I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to post it on my Instagram story. I'm going to post it on Snapchat. And I'm going to have a bunch of women hitting me up like, hey, you should have brought me. Because they know I'm either there with somebody or I'm there alone, and they know I have the money to pay for both. So, I mean, it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, you have to live. I'm not going to tell someone to live their life in abundance, But I am going to tell someone that I am someone who can go out, have a good time. And again, I use food references because, again, if you watch this channel, you know I love to eat. And I typically go to African restaurants. And I don't really spend that much money, whether it's going out to the clubs, I might spend 10, 20 bucks, or if it's going out to eat and it's by myself, I'm not spending really more than $25. So I can really eat cheaply. And it feels so good to say that that's cheap, because I'm pretty sure most people think that that's cheap. But when I was growing up, that was money that I just didn't have. And now I have it so much in abundance that it is cheap. It is insignificant to me. And I'm super, super proud that I can still be humble enough to go on those type of dates, go on those type of experiences anytime I want. And that's okay. So I'm not the guy in the club buying the section up. I'm not the guy in the club spending $200 on bottles. I'm not the guy who's paying for $180 dates on the first date to impress a girl and show her a good time. No, I'm spending about $40, $50 max. We're going to talk. We're going to eat. And if you want to come over later, I'll decide that. It's not up to you because not everybody has access to my body and who I am as an individual, right? So a lot of guys don't really know their self-worth. But yeah, that's just who I am. That's how I operate. That's how I've always been. And I think people lack that confidence, and that's why they're out there spending more money than they actually have, $10,000. And the crazy part is that I don't have to ask this question, but I know it's true. You don't have 10,000 in investments. You don't have 10,000 in the stock market. You didn't just put 10,000 down on a home, but you can spend $10,000 going out with somebody else. Now, I'm not going to say that girl just ate up $10,000 of his money. No, he probably spent at least $4,500 on himself, right? Like, it takes two to tango. So he got to enjoy some of that too. But I can understand the pressures of, hey, I want to do this. Hey, I want to do that. Hey, let's go here. Hey, let's go there. Completely understand. And you're like, you know what? We can't stay in the house all the time, so I'll go ahead and do that. Completely understand. Listen, if someone told me that they have to go out every single day, if someone told me that I got to buy them food every single time just because they don't want to be in the house playing house, go. Listen, I'm not here to just spend money. And if you're here to just take from me like a fucking vampire, sorry to curse, but it is what it is, then you shouldn't be around me. You should not be around me. You should enjoy my company, enjoy the comfort of my home, enjoy the luxuries that I provide, and not stress me out. Simple. If you're someone who has $10,000, you have more than the average person has, and you should not just be out here willy-nilly spending it just so that person can move on to somebody else who's more broke, but she believes is a superior human being in every other way, except financially. So that's my 2 cents on that. Take it or leave it. I'm not no one's dad, mom, or whatever else in between. But if you know, you know. Like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.